Nanya lobike na regrette. Moi sinanga talaba miso nanga eteli. Pasi silate na queen mai amawa na moni yango pinzo lina pasi ekosila zonga pasi silate pinzo liamawa pasi silate bina lelio pasi silate pinzo liamawa pasi silate. Nazolala miso ezotala Ilungina yo baby. Tasina mekina kukuka jamais Kubosana yo Pasi silate pinzo liamawa pasi silate pasi silate pinzo liamawa pasi silate. I only ever wanted one thing out of this life. I only wanna go knowing my mama is a proud of me. And I got a queen beside of me. Oh yeah, the kind of girl you wish she was your only one. So one day I got a ring, 'cause I know you are the one. The missing piece of my king. I already knew when I met you. It was on a Thursday, one rainy day that I met you, my wife. It was on a Thursday, one rainy day that I met you, my wife. My mama took my hand, I couldn't count my tears. 10,000 roses on the floor, don't you know? I felt the blessing of my friends surrounding me. I knew I'll never let you go. So one day I got a ring, 'cause I know you are the one for me, the missing piece of my kingdom. I breathe no more.
What's goody? Welcome to Club Shada episode 100. You'll have to set up everything again. When you replug everything after unplugging everything for nothing. I really thought I would do a Club Shada in Ibiza. And then I didn't. Listen, welcome to Club Shada episode 199. I hope everybody is feeling great. Sorry for not being live yesterday, but I can explain. Listen, I arrived yesterday and it's just like if, so I told my wife, so I helped my wife get to bed after surgery. My daughter was a little feverish from probably catching a cold out there. At 11:10, I get on my sofa, open my suitcase. I'm like, let me unpack my suitcase already. So this is done. Put everything that needs to go to the washing machine or the cleaning lavomatic tomorrow on the bags, and put everything that needs to go to the back to where they belong, where they belong, and maybe watch a little something. So I turn on the TV. I don't even know what I put. I think I just sat down in front of my open suitcase, and I think I just pressed play on whatever was going on YouTube, and that's all I can remember. And I was like, Club Shada in an hour and something. I got time to watch something. And I opened my eyes around 5 a.m. Just like, I guess, went straight to bed. I was tired. Flights, stuff, kids. So that's why I was not live yesterday. So that's why I'm doing an impromptu today, actually. One of those lives where, whoever's here is here. Who's not here will be here next time, or we'll watch the replay. This is how we do. Brought to you by Shada Wear, Gods of Good Fortune. Thanks to all the new subscribers to this channel. Welcome to the Shada gang. Make yourself at home. I think we have 1,700 new subscribers for the month of April, which is great. Nella, Jessica, Grayson, everybody else, Kimberly, welcome here. And make sure that you leave some super chats to support this show. Make sure you leave a like in the videos that you watch, and comments. Some people they just subscribe and then they unsubscribe after 5 years. And well, this is life of social media. It is what it is. What else? I want to acknowledge the stream royalty for the month of April, who's Bruno R. Listen, Bruno, you need to change your name. You need to have a name like, I don't know, Bruno MK, Bruno something, because Bruno is just Bruno. It could be any Bruno. You're like, anyway, it's not even here watching. Thank you for $43 donation. And also to all the sponsors. I'm gonna change this overlay a little bit in a few. I'm gonna have it a little more just different. I'm just gonna leave this icon here, and everything else will be longer. But it's not something I'm gonna do now. I'm probably gonna do it after this show ends. Listen. Put me in the chat what time it is for you and what you're watching from. Listen, I'm getting back to it. I'm not gonna be long tonight because I had a long week, and I have to wake up early tomorrow to take my daughter to school. So to tell you what happened last week, which was great actually. My wife went to do surgery in Turkey. When 10 days ago, I think she left, or something like that. And she came back yesterday, the same time as me. So my mother was celebrating her birthday on the 23rd of April, and my sister insisted that we go surprise her and take her to Ibiza in a very nice hotel. And we take the kids. So my sister's daughter and my daughter. We also had one of my brother and his girlfriend in Istanbul. He's in Ankara in Turkey, and we tried to have him come as well, but he could not because of schedules. And I hesitated until maybe the last 2 days, but wife is not here. Having to take the kid to school every morning and work at the same time was not complicated, but was a lot of work. I was like, you know what? Let's just go on holiday. So I book a room. Listen, the room that I booked, crazy. I booked a crazy room at this place called Agua de Ibiza Grand Lux Hotel. My room was stupendous. Our room was stupendous. And I just my room was the whole apartment. I don't know if you've seen on my Instagram stories, but let me see if I have. So just look at that. Like, wait, these photos here. Look at this. This here was the hotel. Look at this. That was on the top of the hotel on the 5th floor. And my room, so that was me. Like, we even took the girls to the inside swimming pool in the spa. Why is this not going in? Let me show you my room. That room was crazy. Hell is this room? There it is. That was the room. Forget it. Next level. Some next level room. With sea views and everything. And it was just for me and my daughter. So listen, that was VIP treatment for the daughter and I. That room was just crazy. So yeah, listen, my daughter and her cousin loved it. So my sister and my mom had another room. They had a suite upstairs that was a little bigger, and I had like central sea views. But mine was that like this. And listen, we had a lot of fun. We celebrated my mom's birthday, just like it should, and she loved it. So we had a great time, the five of us. We had a great time, the five of us, with my mom, the kids. You know, really some great moments. You know, yeah, enjoyed all these moments. Some family moments all together. It was really nice. Can't complain. We really enjoyed this moment all together. You know, the problem of workaholic people. We work all the time and we only enjoy working. We enjoy like working, creating, making money from creating, performing, traveling just to work. Like, I know that's where I am. And from time to time, taking the time to just enjoy your family, you kind of feel like before you go, you kind of feel like, oh my God, like I'm gonna miss out. Oh my God, I have to do Club Shada. Oh my God, I have to finish this single. I have to upload these remixes. I have to finish those NFTs. And listen, I brought my computer. I brought the Mac Mini now. Until I buy myself a laptop, my Mac Mini lives here. So everywhere I go, I just take out the Mac Mini, plug it via HDMI to a TV, and just take the camera, tripod, this light, that light, and I'm ready to do my show anywhere. But you know, I forgot just one element. I think I forgot that. I forgot the mouse. So because I forgot the mouse, it was just too complicated to be able to do a live from Ibiza, which would have been nice in a way. But you know what? I just shot a vlog, and I really enjoyed that time to wake up for 5 consecutive days with my daughter and just go take a breakfast, come back from the breakfast, give her a bath, go to the swimming pool, go to the spa together, walk around, take her to the park, take her to the beach, and you know, yeah, it actually felt nice. It's like a little holiday. And so my wife's surgery went well. She did a lipo, plus she got her breasts back to before having a baby. At our friends at the clinic in Turkey. And yeah, we were on the phone all the time, of course, while she was there with her sister. And we came back together at the same time, actually. My mother is still in Ibiza, actually. She's only leaving tomorrow or in 2 days, I don't remember. She's still enjoying with my sister and my niece. And so when I got here, we got here yesterday after this. What's interesting is the flight is not long, but it's 2 flights, and in the middle we had 3 hours layover. So it's 50 minutes from Ibiza to Madrid, and then you stay 3 hours in Madrid in the lounge, but still you with a 4-year-old kid. So at a point, she's like, when is the plane coming? When are we leaving? Eat something, drink something. And like, you know, they're tired. So finally, once we got in the plane, she started really being tired. So she slept the whole flight, me too. We arrived in Dublin at 7. When we arrived, I had to help my wife post surgery, give her a little bit of massage, help her with all the things that she needed until she was in the bed. Put my daughter in the bed. She was a little hot, a little feverish. I believe that probably the cold winds of Ibiza gave her a little bit of cold, but nothing much. After that, yeah, like I told you, I was like, okay, let me start working. Let's work on Club Shada. Listen, I fell asleep like I love to say it in French. I fell asleep comme une petite crotte sur la rue. Like when a dog drops a little pyramid of shit on the street. That's exactly how I fell asleep. I was like, I was out. I was out. That was crazy. Oh my God. So yeah, I was like, you know what? I'll be live tomorrow. I know usually when I'm not live on schedule, YouTube gives me less. It gives less people the possibility to see. But hey, I didn't want to come live Friday because then I would do Friday, then Sunday. And I was like, listen, tomorrow I'm taking the kid to school because my wife cannot. So let me just do a quick 1 hour and a half little live for episode 199, and then episode 200 is gonna be Sunday, and it's gonna be fire. We're gonna have everything, sponsors, champagne. Hopefully you guys will come. All of you guys will come and jump in the live so we can all celebrate together. That's really something that I hope we do. What else? I started setting up a Discord. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Discord. Let me put the link in. I don't even know how you find the link to those things. So let me see. Invite people. Copy. Okay, this is the link to the Discord in the chat for those who are interested. And yeah, I'm setting it up, trying to have a place where we can talk about Club Shada, we can talk about subjects, we can give ideas, we can talk about my NFTs, we can talk about music, we can just have like a central server where we talk about all the things. So yeah, this is gonna be cool. And I'm here talking, didn't even say hi to nobody. Urban Sweet Spot, how are you? I hope you're doing good. Mr. Ralphie, what's good, brother? Oh, Alberne, what up, bro? Are you done with? No, restrictions are done. Are you done with what remix? What is the next remix? I don't even know if I put the acapella to the next remix. I have to check. I just got back. And when you were talking about restrictions, you were talking about in Portugal or in Ibiza. I'm sorry, I didn't see that comment, so that was. But talking about restriction, actually, while we were away, all the restrictions have been. I mean, most of the restrictions have been lifted in Portugal, so we don't need to wear, especially the mask mandate. So we don't need to wear masks anymore when we go to the grocery, to the shopping, to most places except maybe some health spaces and maybe transports. I'm not sure, because from one Uber to the other it changes, so not everybody is aware of the changes. I know that in Spain nobody wears a mask anymore. Here in Portugal, people are still. When I got to the shopping today, it was half. Most people were not wearing their mask, but they had it either here or in their hand. So I guess people are not sure yet. And it reminded me of something. It reminded me of looks like we maybe told this story. Hey, what's good, Joel? Thank you so much. Let me just say hi to everybody. Much love, MJ. Get well, but listen, I wanted to call you and tell you about a crazy NFT strategy. I wanted your opinion, but you know what? I might tell it to you here, since you're here, even if you're in the bed. Malcolm Beast, my brother, what up? Dali, what's good? Oh, you changed your name again? Actually, I like this one. Or maybe it's another channel. Listen, I don't, me, I'm like, me dips, go up, go down. It doesn't faze me. Come on, like, been used to it. Oh, okay. There she goes. Can you imagine 200 episodes? That's crazy. It's coming. So, what was I saying? Something that was really interesting today. I still remember after 2 years, the first time I went downstairs to the groceries, and everybody was like this. And I still remember how everybody was looking for masks all around the world. Countries were stealing each other masks. The US was stealing masks that were supposed to be for France and whatever. Now they all pretend to be united for Ukraine, but at that time nobody was united. I still remember when everybody arrived to the shop and everybody was like this. It felt so strange. It felt so cyberpunk. It just felt like I was in one of those series from the future. Everybody had a mask. And people were scared to touch things. And everybody was putting alcoholic gel on their hands. But the strangest thing to me was seeing everybody like this. Like everybody's face was covered. And it feels like you kind of got used to only seeing people's eyes and not the rest of their faces. And it felt so strange. It felt like we were in China, under the polluted Beijing weather. And then we got used to it. Then it felt normal to never see nobody's face. It felt normal to have people with hoodies and masks. Well, usually, when people are walking around with you with hoodies and masks, for us in Paris back in the days, it was like, yo, let me get the fuck out of here. These people are about to stab somebody. Like, they don't want people to recognize them on the surveillance cameras, whatever. And actually, you would walk around like this with your hoodie, and or you would have like a hat like this, and listen, police would stop you in a heartbeat. Like, why are you hiding your face? That would be how it would go. And for some reason, we kind of got used to this way of life. And this morning, I saw everybody's face at the grocery. I was like, yo, I'm seeing everybody's face at the groceries. And you know how he felt? He felt so strange. I was like, oh my God, who are all these people? Like, you're so used to seeing everybody's half face. Then when you see their full face, you're not sure who you're talking to. Listen, there's even some people that you've been looking at every day because, you go get your grocery at the same time and you're like, that girl must be cute under her mask. And you it's just a thought, and then you continue your life and you don't care. And then you see her for the first time without the mask and she's ugly. And you're like, oh shit. Listen, we've been through a traumatic experience, and it got traumatic not because we lost a lot of people, but also because the media and the governments all got hysteric and exaggerated everything. So, now I have to train my ears to go back to being normal and breathe normally. Remember that people have others, like it's kind of strange. And like, listen, it's special. I don't know for you, but for me, I was in the shopping center. I went to Vasco da Gama, and when I was like, yo, that's strange. And some people had nothing. Some people had a mask, and some others had a mask like this. And some others they wear it like this now here in Portugal. They love to walk around like this, which I find ridiculous. But me, I always have one in my pocket, in my hoodie, or in every jacket. There's a mask now. Yeah. In the airport in Spain, nobody had it. In Ibiza, nobody had it. In Madrid, nobody had it. And when I landed, interestingly, I start doing my check-in for my flight 72 hours before on the 24th, and it was still asking me to input the passenger locator form, so PLF, that they asked Portuguese citizens because since the COVID. So I had to input that. I had to put my COVID test, like a bunch of things that I had to upload to be able to check in. And on the 25th, that's when I read the decree, and like all these things were not necessary anymore to enter Portugal. So I went back to the check-in, and it was asking me for nothing. Just maybe the QR code for the test. That's it. for my vaccination thing. That's it. And when I left from Portugal, going to Ibiza, everybody in the airport had masks. When I came back, I was in another country. Everybody had their face outside. And everybody was breathing the same air and not their stinking breath. Wow. Like, and you know, the thing I was asking myself when I was at the airport, I was asking myself, all these people who invested in masks, in testing facilities, in all these different things, what are they gonna do now with all their COVID tests, with all their PCR testing facilities, like with all the money they made from that the last 2 years? How are they gonna try to? And then I saw an ad on the airport. The ad was like, your daughter has fever, she's coughing. Is it COVID or is it something else? Only one way to find out. Our new PCR Plus. I was like, yo. You guys are good. You guys are good. Yeah, we test everything with our new PCR. COVID, flu, this, that, amygdala. We test everything. I was like, yo. Listen, you made your money. Now it's time to stop. It's time to stop. A lot of these people made a lot of money, trust me. Pfizer, Moderna, they made billions. Probably 10 billions. Testing facilities, hundreds of thousands every day. Like a PCR is still 80, some places 200. And that was a good business for a lot of people. Because some countries were like, hey, we're gonna test everybody. Useless. In hindsight, useless. But still, somebody had to pay for that. 500 million in France, I think they paid, or maybe more. I'm not sure. And yeah, listen, it's interesting to see how in Africa, life went on. You know, some people got poisoned, assassinated, and people were saying, it's COVID. And now, yeah, you know, it's back to the hood of things. That's crazy. The funniest thing is that they ended up with the mask as if nothing happened. I'm telling you. When I traveled to Malaga for the festival, I did these old things for nothing. They don't care. Yeah. They don't care. Some countries, they just done. They're like, peace. When I returned from Spain, I did an antigen test, which I had paid 50 euros. They did it in 5 seconds and no one asked it in Portugal. Yeah. Telling you, this is the end. This is the end of this business. Like, whoever did their money with it, congrats, but the party's over. That's crazy. Nowadays, a mask is hardly used in the UK, and in fact, I was with someone that works at that only a month ago. I met his face after about 2 years. This is very strange. Oh, you've been working with somebody. Oh my God. That's crazy. So you be working with that person for 2 years, and only now you see the face. Magic Pro, you're crazy. Listen, I'm telling you. Some of the girls that work at the shopping, the groceries down my house. Yeah, some of them, like, I only know them with a mask. And today was the first time I saw their faces. The ones that I know from 5, 6, 7 years they've been working here. Yeah, I remember them, but the new ones that work at the cashier or at the fruit, like, it's the first time I see their faces for real. I realize if they're cute or not. That's crazy. Out here, cases are up, especially among kids. It's 50-50 on masking. I still wear a mask when indoors. Listen, I only wear a mask at the pharmacy. Yeah, I mean, I just came back. So I wore a mask in the plane. I wore a mask in the Uber. Not the Uber in Spain, he didn't care. The Uber here. Actually, I don't even know what are the exact rules. So let me find them. Portugal. How you say decree? Decreet. Decreta. Decreto. 25 de abril 2022. Tem que ser. Alright, let me see. COVID-19. Então, as máscaras deixam de ser obrigatórias a partir desta sexta-feira. So that was Friday. Oh, it was this from the 2nd of April. Okay. According to this, isso é uma tendência ao número inteiramente. Máscara only places with people that are vulnerable and place of care. Okay. Oh, okay. Sinal integrado. Ainda os transporte coletivo, so still public transport, include planes and taxi or Ubers. Okay. Segundo o documento divulgando essa quinta-feira também o certificado digital da certificação ser exigido, deixa de ser exigido para acesso às estruturas residenciais. Alright, you don't need this. Yeah, you know, we're moving away from that life. And well, listen. At the same time, we are, At the same time, we are, even if cases are still going up because of people getting tested and stuff, so they can do some activities still. The whole population here is vaccinated, so it doesn't really have any incidence to most of us. So it makes sense. I mean, the thing I believe is that people are now being more into sense than the urgency. And people are thinking about it, looking at the data, seeing what they did that worked, what they did that was useless. And I don't want to blame no government, because it was a situation that nobody had. It was not like there was a solution that people knew would work. So some people overreacted. Some people took, and there's a lot of people, they followed the lead of other people. So yeah, this is where we are. So we have to get used to being alive, traveling, taking the plane. Like, I used to take the plane every week, and then I stayed home for 2 years. So it just changed my dynamic as a person. Like, so going away, not doing my show, when I was in Ibiza, I was like, just chilling, enjoying. And yeah, it was great. Like, so now my next stop is Miami. I'm going to Miami probably in May. And yeah, it's something you wouldn't have thought it was possible. But I don't know today, right now, even if cases go back up or there's a new variant, or I don't believe you will be able to take everybody and force them to stay in again. I think people will just revolt, and they will say, we don't care. Like, you're not gonna force us to fuck our businesses again and not be able to work and feed our families just because you don't have other options. I don't think it's gonna work. But we'll see. MJ. I think I came up with an interesting NFT strategy. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to do an airdrop for every person on crypto.com NFT that owns one of my works, any of them. I'm gonna airdrop them a sleeve. So the sleeve is my NFT collection. So you had the original one that made all the that sold out in 38 minutes. So that was the original one, and from that base of that original, I'm now creating 400 generated ones, and from these 400, I'm gonna airdrop one art piece, one sleeve, to everybody that holds one of my NFTs. So let's say you own one from my collection, art that pops, like some artwork, and you own an Android, and then you own a sleeve, let's say. Then you get airdropped 3 sleeves. So let me show you how the sleeve how they look like. Kaysha, the sleeves. Oh, if I type this on Google, what happens? Let me see. Look at that. Boom. First result. All right, this is my collection. So this is my page on crypto.com, and this is my collection called the sleeves. There it is. So you have art that pops. So art that pops is more my drawings. The Androids is my collection of androids, right? And then you have the sleeves. So it's kind of like the sleeves is like the androids, but looking on the profile. And you see, I only have 26 different, but those are the unique ones, right? So you say only one edition minted. And then you have the ones from the drop. And now I had crypto.com put everything in one gallery. So those are the original sleeves. These are the original. So it's 15 of each. But the new ones are only one-on-one. So everybody who bought 15 of these, 15, any of those. So the 15 people who own one edition of the sleeve, all of them are about to receive one exclusive one-on-one. And so that's going to be 180 from these people. And then everybody who owns the new ones, same thing. They will receive one sleeve. So from my calculation, here I have 26. That's 180 sleeves. Androids, I think I have probably another one. I'm not sure how many androids I did, because before doing the one-on-ones, I was doing more editions. So I have to count. It used to be 5 editions of them, of the androids. So it used to be 5, and then I start doing only one-on-ones. So I have to see. Then the art that pops is the same thing. In the beginning, I used to do 10 editions of some of them. Like Rule of Coolness, there was 10. This one, there was 10. Battle's Always Ahead. And then I started deciding that I was preferring to selling one-on-ones for 300 or 500 instead of 10 by 10s. So everybody that owns one of these artwork will also receive one of the sleeves. So this is, I'm still working on them, but they're going to receive one of these ones. I think I'm done, but I'm working on, and they are beautiful. I have different skin colors, different eye colors, different features. Like this one is beautiful. And so I still don't know exactly if I'm going to do 400 of them, 300 of them, but all I know is that everybody that owns one of my art from these 3 collections, you can go and get you something. Let me put the link in the chat. So anybody that owns one of these will receive one NFT. And it's going to be a unique one generated from my art, of course. Now, once this is done, so you have more or less 100 and let's say 200 sleeves are in existence. Once everybody receive their airdrop, it's probably going to be 500 to 600 sleeves. So hopefully this will generate something on the secondary market, because you're going to have something for free. You can hold it or you can sell it and create a vibrant secondary market of people buying and selling themselves their sleeves, and hopefully at a good price. Now, after that, everybody who owns the sleeves and the rest of my work will be eligible for my next drop on crypto.com to be able to buy works 1 hour before everybody, before those who don't have my work. If you bought something that belonged to me when I have my sleeve, when there's the new drop, let's say I have my drop. When my drop occurs, let's say at 2 p.m., if you own one of my works, you're going to be able to come at 1 p.m. before everybody, and you can buy one of the new drop, which is called Cyberfemme. That's the next one. Now, it's probably going to be 300 artworks for sale at Cyberfemme. I'm not sure. 250, 300, I'm not sure. Once those 300 artworks are minted and bought by people, there will be another airdrop of a next batch of sleeves. So all these people who will have bought a copy, an edition of one of the artwork from Cyberfemme, all of them will receive another batch of sleeves. So let's say for now we have 200 sleeves. After the airdrop that is coming this week or the next week, I'm not sure, we're gonna have 500 sleeves. So there's gonna be 300 new ones that everybody will get for free. They can keep them, they can sell them. But if they keep them, on the next airdrop, they will have the possibility to buy before everybody. And if whatever they buy on that airdrop, they keep it and they wait and they don't resell it straight away, they will get another sleeve. So if you don't do nothing, you end up with 2 sleeves. If you sell one of them, but you still buy one of my work, you still receive another one that you can resell, or you can keep and hope that the value goes up, or just keep as a collectioner, whatever you feel. Some people they buy to flip. Some people they buy to own. Some people they buy to support. It depends. You do what makes you feel happy. But you will receive a sleeve for free after that, and it will take the count of sleeve to probably 1,000, more or less. Once we arrive to 1,000, and there's 1,000 sleeves in circulation, everybody that owns a sleeve of one of the thousands will receive a third airdrop. Everybody will receive an additional 1 sleeve. So I will create a new collection inside of the collection. I will add 1,000 sleeves that everybody will receive for free, with new traits, new colors. They're not gonna look like these ones that I'm finishing, those ones. So for example, I will add different new elements so that you don't get, for example, 2 of the same. Oh, this one is funky. Oof. So, and there's gonna be a lot of them. Look at this one, crazy. Let me see the ones you see. So, and all these are, I'm still working on the whole thing. I'm still generating the things. Not even showing. There's one with a face paint that says no love. Love these ones. Look at this. Boom. Look at this one, how crazy it is. So everybody will get 1 unique sleeve, and by the end of my strategy, there's going to be 2,000 sleeves in circulation. All right. Now, if you already own 1 or 2 or 3 and you wait, let's say you have free artworks or free sleeves. Let's say you bought 3 already. Some people have 3 of them. If you don't do nothing and you wait, and even if you don't buy nothing, you just have 3 now, by the end of the 3 drops, you will have 9 sleeves. So you will receive 6 for free. And then you can keep them, create a family, or you can sell them all. Once we're done there, I will start my Androids airdrop. So the Androids are gonna be these ones. For now, there's only 56. I'm gonna create the Androids A series, and it's gonna be 10,000 of them. So these, for now, there's only 56, and they're all unique, of course, and they're all done by hand, but I'm gonna have them generated from my art, and we're gonna go from what we have now, which is only 56, to 10,000 of them, and I'm gonna sell them all for, I think 150 each. So if we do a sellout, so it's more ambitious, but if we sell out these 10,000, the trade volume will be $1.5 million, and the 2,000 people who will be part of the owners of 1, 2, 3, whatever amount of sleeves you own, and the rest of my artwork, will have the possibility to buy first. My owners, starting now, will always have the possibility of, with every drop I'm going to do with crypto.com, they will always have the possibility to be the first buyers. And they will have 1 hour before everybody to come and start buying one of the 10,000 Androids. Let's say in the beautiful world that we sell out the Androids, and those ones will become unique because all these ones were done by hand, and they're going to be replaced, especially those who are with some paints. Those ones, they will become very unique, and their price will go up, and everything else will be part of the generated ones. And there's going to be, maybe I'm going to do less than 10,000 to have a number that is exactly 10,000, right? So once we have 10,000 Androids, out of the 10,000 people who bought 1 Androids, there's gonna be 8,000 people out of the 10,000. 8,000 people will receive each of them 1 new sleeve. And now we'll have 10,000 Androids that people bought, and it will give them the possibility to have an airdrop, the 4th airdrop of 8,000 new sleeves, and the collections of sleeve will go from 2,000 to 10,000, and now we'll have 10,000 sleeves and 10,000 Androids. And this is going to be phase 4 of my roadmap. And now phase 5 of my roadmap everybody that owns a sleeve and an Android will receive the next project for free. It's going to be 10,000 of the next project. They're going to receive it for free. And in the meantime, I will continue doing drops of normal artwork in Art That Pops, because I also want to have these collections, and I will have 3 collections of 10,000 PFPs on crypto.com. And from there, we'll continue the roadmap to where it takes us. So MJ, what do you think about this crazy strategy? Joel says it looks like a good strategy. What's good, Dav? Dav? Of course I am. Yeah, the future is what we make it, I guess. So yeah, this is my NFT strategy for crypto.com with this first drop, and hopefully we'll see where it takes us. Hopefully, I'm gonna have some people enjoying the art and enjoying the roadmap. I'm still setting up my Discord. I need to put the security first before I start giving the link to everybody. But I also want the people from the club Shada to have a place where they can have conversations. So Discord is the place, and hopefully you guys will start using it, and hopefully you guys will enjoy. If you never bought one of my NFTs, you can still go and check them out on crypto.com. So go. So yeah, there you go. This is the link for those who are interested in going there, and you can buy some stuff. You can find some stuff between, I think, $100 to $3,000, or I think some of them they're priced in the hundreds of thousands already, but it's just the people who bought them who are deciding how much to sell them. It's not me. I sell most of my art between 100 and 500, 3 to 500, depending of what type of art I do. So yeah, listen, we'll see. Listen, man, I'm ready. I'm that guy. I think for a long time I resisted doing a 10,000 because I was asking myself if it was worth it, if people would buy them first of all, and why would they, and if it would be interesting. But then I started thinking about it, and I was like, it completely makes sense, especially if the strategy is like this. So now I have to set up all the dates already, and I have all my drops ready for their dates. And this is probably the 10,000 ones is going to be probably, I don't know, end of the summer. But the airdrop, the first airdrop to everybody that holds one, is I'm waiting for them to send me an email so we can make it happen these like ASAP. Then I'm going to have a drop for Cyberfam, and then I'm going to have another airdrop for everybody that has they're gonna have a cyber farm, and then then it's gonna be the rest. It's gonna be as I said. So I just waiting on crypto.com to give me all the information they need for me to give them all the graphic and generates the final NFTs, and then we rolling. So yeah, this is super exciting for me. I thought about this whole plan just today, actually, as I was on the phone with a friend. I was like, yo, that's what I'm gonna do. And he was like, you're giving a lot of things for free. I was like, yeah, that's the beauty of it. You give it for free, but don't forget that if they sell them, you still get 10% of every sale. So if you create a vibrant market, it makes sense. It makes way more sense than trying to sell them to people. And now if you create a community by giving items for free, when you do the drop, this community is already there supporting. And then, yeah, listen, at 150, those who are not interested in keeping your stuff, they can sell it. Listen, they can buy it at 150 and sell it for 200, 250, 300. They're happy already. And those who bought it for 300, they keep them. I know personally that most of the drops, most of the stuff that I bought on crypto.com, I never sold. Most of them, I still keep them. And then you have some people, they're hoarding. Some people, they just buy, they try to flip quickly. It depends. And there's a lot of people who bought my first collection, the sleeves, on the airdrop. And some of them, they were like, oh, that was too expensive for me to resell at the price that I bought. Some people, they're thinking, oh, I bought them, but I never sold them, or I bought them, but I bought them at 400. I was trying to sell them at 600. I never could. Some people, they didn't care. They sold them for 100. And like, I was interested in all these stories and why. In my head, I was like, okay, listen, I want to reward everybody that kept them for the last 6 months, and all of them will receive a free NFT. And then with these free NFT, if they keep it and don't sell them, they will have access to my next drop, and etc., etc. So that's where, to me, it's becoming very interesting. And I've been looking at every drop in the platform. I've been looking at what works, what doesn't work. I've been looking at the different pricing, etc., etc. And yeah, when you have a long-term strategy and you want to build a community around it, I believe that you can do something very interesting. So that's where I'm at, and we'll see what about it. And so before I leave you, I want to talk to you about the crazy thing that happened while I was away. Yo. I will create an account and will inform myself about it. Yeah, brother, do that. There's a lot of people that are selling NFT with music as well. It's something that I'm very interested in. So listen. I don't know. I mean, you must live under a rock. Look at this tweet. Somebody said this. Somebody made a fake tweet of Elon Musk saying, now I'm going to buy McDonald's and fix all the ice cream machines. And Elon Musk replied, listen, I can't do miracles, okay? This guy. Listen. Elon is crazy. He's just talking to people. Next, I'm going to buy Rockstar and release GTA 4 next month, 6 next month. That would be sick though. This guy is cool. Listen, For those who live under a rock, Twitter now belongs to one person. And this shook the whole internet world. And so let me find a place where there's the news. I don't know why they want to show me only top stories in Portuguese. I have to check. I should change my privacy. Wait, Google search. Languages. English. Yo! Why are you showing me stuff in Portuguese? Top stories. Come on, man. Let me see. The BBC. I don't know. Indian Express. I don't know this one, but okay. Alright, let's go with the Indian Express. It's official. Elon Musk will acquire Twitter for 44 billion in one of the world's biggest deals. Listen, I remember when Instagram was sold for 1 billion, how everybody went crazy. And now you had WhatsApp for 19 billion and everybody was like, and now it's Twitter that is used by everybody, every news channel, everybody. And somebody bought it for $44 billion. In one of the world's biggest deals in the tech world, billionaire Elon Musk has taken control of Twitter. Musk will pay close to 44 billion for the social media network. So he bought a whole social media network. This is crazy. And for him, free speech is the bedrock of a functioning democracy, and Twitter is a digital town square where matters vital to the future of humanity are debated. I also want to make Twitter better than ever by enhancing the product with new features, making the algorithm open source to increase trust, defeating the spam bots, and authenticating all humans. Twitter has a tremendous potential. I look forward to working with a company and community of users to unlock it. Musk said in a press statement posted to his Twitter account to announce that the deal was confirmed. Wow. Listen, it's very interesting that Twitter buying. So I remember when the Washington Post was bought by Jeff Bezos, and a lot of publications were like, "Oh my God, it's amazing! He saved them." He says he's gonna be new. He's gonna be neutral. He's not gonna be hands-on on the newspaper. Everybody was like positively receiving the announcement. Some people were still saying, "Yo, like the press in the hand of a billionaire." But interestingly, everybody that is a progressive in the US, people leaning on the left, when Elon Musk bought Twitter, they're all going crazy. They're all going nuts. They're all having a meltdown. They're saying that free speech is over, democracy is dead because I think I've said enough about the social media platforms, right? These private entities, they belong to investors. Actually, I'm an investor in Twitter. I own, I don't know how many shares. I don't even know. I guess. Wait a minute, what? Well, I have to put this back in place. So, I believe that I get for every share, I'm gonna get $44. I don't even know how it works when something you buy, something you own goes private. So yeah, we'll see. But the thing is this. Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. Everybody's talking about free speech, about Elon is gonna put Trump back, and they don't want Trump back, and etc. It's very interesting to me how people, when they want to defend the things that they agree with, they are ready to use censorship. And when somebody says something that they don't like, they will label it as dangerous, as this, as that, as tyrannic, etc., etc. And Elon Musk buying Twitter, we'll see what it does, you know. But all these people who were saying that it's normal that Jeff Bezos buys the Washington Post, they are going crazy now over Elon Musk buying Twitter. So you have to have the same opinion and not be like, oh my God, this is the end. This platform is over, and like run away here and there. Listen, those are private companies. You can go wherever you want. You can start your crew somewhere where you all agree with each other, and maybe you can make those platforms grow bigger. Because listen, all these platforms, the best thing they can have is competition, so that at least they're scared to lose you. The problem of a platform like YouTube or a platform like Facebook is that there's no competition. So they can decide, they can dictate. Listen, the whole COVID situation, what it showed you is that when everybody decides something, and everybody decide that this is the right thing to say, and every other forms of medication that we disagree with, even without testing, if you talk about it, you can be labeled a complotist, and you can be terminated from Twitter, from Facebook, from YouTube. And a lot of people, this is what happened to them. People who are the advocate of humanity, of free speech, etc., they spend their days canceling people. That's all they want to do. They want to cancel you because you don't believe in whatever thing. They don't want to cancel you because you don't believe that people can have 1 million different types of sexualities, or call themselves with pronouns or whatever. Like, they are in a, you agree with us, or you are an enemy of the good. And this is, in my opinion, because of this is what it says, but listen, it might be an evil genius who just has a plan, the way Zuckerberg had a plan, and he's an evil genius. I think people are jumping to conclusions too early. What he says is social media has become a place where, if you are part of the people who are deemed to be the good people, and you agree with that message, you're safe. And if you're not, they will find a way to censor you. And this is not what free speech is. Free speech is, we can all say what we want to say. And if you say something that is bad, that is reprehensible by the law, then you will have to respond for what you said. And then the law will come, and a judge will decide what is your punition. You can go to jail, you can pay a fine, etc., etc. But today, the people that people don't like, all you need to do is find them some old tweet, something that is offensive to one community, so we can call you a somethingist or something phobe, and boom, you stink. Nobody wants to talk to you anymore. And it goes to what, even if it's not the same subject, but it's something that we might talk about when the whole thing is over. But it's the same thing to what Disney did to, and the whole Hollywood industry actually did to Johnny Depp, just because of something that Amber Heard wrote in the Washington Post. Back when it was cool to be part of the Me Too movement and to be woke, she said something nobody even tried to ask themselves, is she lying? Because asking yourself this question today, like just having even 1% of a doubt today, you will get eliminated by everybody. If you do a video 3 years ago saying, I don't know if she's, I don't know if you say, I don't know, I'm not sure, you get you get eliminated from the face of the earth. And to me, I've been with people like her. I mean, I'm not gonna judge her until she's proven guilty or innocent. I was not there between them. But listen, when you've been with somebody like that, you recognize all these traits. You recognize all, and listen to me, there's a few people, a few men that they just find one of those evil people. They get weak because they are trophies, and then they get swallowed by these type of women. And because we're in a society that is very patriarchal, where men are supposed to be strong, it is kind of strange to say, oh, I've been victim of domestic abuse as a man. But it exists. I know a few of them. I know people who are going through it right now. And I know women that are mean and are ready to destroy your reputation just to go and because they have disorder. So it was very interesting to see the I forgot her name, but she was really spot on. The psychologist who said that she had a borderline personality disorder. Listen, it made me think so much of a few exes of some friends, a few people that I know, people in we all have a family member who's crazy and mean. When they get triggered, they just go crazy. And the beauty of, I was on Twitter, but now I'm going to this, but I want to do a whole episode about it when I'm not tired. But like, what was I saying? The beauty of the Me Too movement, right? And all the different movements, the Afro feminists, the Me Too's, the BLMs, all these movements, the beauty of what they are for us and for whoever is concerned, the LGBTQ, or every movement. There's a beauty because at a point you need to be represented, you need to be defended, and you need to have a voice that is powerful enough that you create a change to how you are being treated. As a black woman, as a gay person, as a trans person, as a trans woman, trans man, as whatever whatever places that categories where you feel that you belong, any of or all, it is important to have a voice. It is important to have people that represent you, people that defend you, and people that make sure that you have rights. And the beauty of the Me Too movement was that a lot of women who didn't say nothing for a lot of things that happen in the music industry, and a lot of things that I've seen myself in the music industry, or in the arts and movies industries. People had to find the courage to step out and say, oh, this happened to me, and me too, and me too. And then that's how this whole movement started. The problem is, all these things, right? All these things, plus the way the media is taking, listen, media needs stories every hour so they can have something to say and they can show you ads. Social media needs subjects for you to angrily fight with somebody else about, so you can stay on the platform fighting and they can show you ads. So this is everything that is for free. You have to see ads at a point. And the problem here is that because they need you to talk about it, debate about it, fight against it, against each other, and have these shots of dopamine that makes you come back to know what did that person reply, and start just being triggered. Soon as somebody talks about some words, you get triggered. Oh, black woman, hair, you get triggered. Trans, this, triggered. Black man, Africa, triggered. Arab, triggered. White man, triggered. That's like, this is what they need, because they need you to be here and stay here on your phone, talking, commenting, being angry, and looking at ads, because that's how they make money, and they can know who you are, and they can get data, and they sell this data, and they make more money about you. The more you're there, the more they make money. Same for CNN. They're gonna give you, they're gonna make you angry, scared about a lot of things. They're gonna put some nice music on it, and you're gonna be like, oh my God, and boom. Same on Fox News on the other side. They're gonna do it, and they're gonna trigger you. All of these people all around, everybody's trying to trigger you. It's like you were fish in the sea, and they're fishermen. They're waiting. When they trigger you, they're like, got this motherfucker. That's what they're all trying to do. And when the Me Too movement arrived, I was applauding like everybody. And then in France, we had that journalist who had her case against a TV boss. That person lost his job straight away. And then at a point, they had a trial on defamation, the same way as Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, and she lost. She lost because she said that he sent her something, and because he was her boss, she was scared to lose her job, and then and then he just sent a text, and that's it. They never met, they never had sex, nothing. He just sent her some gross text like, oh, I like your boobs, whatever, like, you're the type of girls that I would fuck, some stuff like that. And she said that this ruined her life for years, etc., etc. She was scared because he was superior, whatever. And it ended up that as soon as the trial started, they asked, okay, so when did you work for him? And she said, never. So wait a minute, you were never in the same organization. They just met one day in one big event for all TV people, and that's it. So she never worked for him. So how you can say that you've been harassed at work when you don't work for the person? You had a conversation at a bar, he tried to hit you, and that's it. But because you wanted to be part of the Me Too movement, at any mean, you invented this whole thing, and you destroyed somebody's life. He got a divorce and his daughters didn't talk to him for 2 years. And he lost his job as the head of one TV. I think the TV station was Equidia, French TV station. And at that time, so that was 3 years ago, 4 years ago, I don't remember. That's when I was like, whoop, they're going too far. They are giving too much power to people, and those people are drunk on that power, which happens all the time. When you never had a voice and you never had the power to decide, and people all of a sudden they give you a voice and they give you the power to decide, and you realize that you can fuck somebody's life, sometimes the person deserves it. But sometimes some people will abuse that power. And we all know it. We've all seen it. You got people, they cool, and then one day they become the physio at they become the doorman at a club. And their job is to decide who gets in, who doesn't. And now they start having attitudes because they have power over who can have fun inside and who will stay in the street in the cold. And some people will just do their job professionally. They know why, that's what they hired for. But some people will abuse that power. They will let you in sometimes, and sometimes they won't. Why? Because I feel like it. Because I can. And that's when those people need to be checked. And what has been happening in the last 5 years, I would say, is that we gave all the different minority groups and people who say they suffer about something, all the victims, we gave them, and all the real victims, the pretended victims and the fake victims, we gave to everybody the same power without even thinking about it. We're like, oh, listen, just like Oprah, listen, the word that Oprah said is, to me, is dangerous. I will always believe the victim. What kind of fucking thing is that? No, you can't. Because some people lie. Have you ever been lied about? I've been lied about. Listen, when I was the CEO of, I'm still the CEO, but when I had label and I had a lot of artists and everybody wanted to be signed with me, work with me, etc., then there's a lot of interest, a lot of money involved. One artist lied about me. It was nothing sexual, whatever. But she lied about me and my work ethics so she could get whatever she wanted. I didn't speak for her for 6 years. And only after 6 years, she came and she said, sorry, I was influenced by such and such and such. And I said, I know exactly who influenced you. But damn, we were friends. And you said this and that and that. And you said things in newspapers about me. You said things in the newspapers, and the people who read these things, nobody will come and tell them, hey, whatever you read about this guy was not true. And that's when, to me, there's a problem. You see all these people who talking about Johnny Depp. We end up, and listen, I think what's gonna happen, but listen, everybody is supposed to be innocent until proven guilty. But Disney removed his movie franchise. He lost a ton of money. He had to give her a ton of money. She didn't even give it to charity like she said she would. He's been seen as a woman beater and being removed from the whole thing. Impossible to hire by the powers that be. Because she wrote an article when she made the world believe that he's a woman beater. I've been with somebody like that. And listen, you love them so much that they take you in the dark. And this is a fight between darkness and the light that this guy is fighting. And listen, you don't know what it is when you read something about you, when you made somebody's career, or you help somebody, and you read an article, or you see them on interviews, or you hear them talk, you hear what they say about you to other people, when you know that everything is false. And then people go around and they spread those things. And even if it ends up that, yeah, you were right, when they come say sorry to you, they don't come and they say sorry in front of the whole world. They come and they say to you discreetly in the dark, I'm so sorry, listen, please forgive me and help me. By the way, I need to do new music. I need you. That's why I'm saying I'm sorry. Not because I'm sorry, but just because I need you, and nobody, like, I fucked my thing with everybody and now it's just you. So please, I need you to help me. But the rest of the world, they still believe everything they said about you. And this to me is my problem with all these groups. I grew up with gay people in Africa before it was cool to be gay. For the last 48 years, I grew up with those people. I have friends. I'm friends with the first ever trans person in France, and black at the same time. I'm friends with that person. This is the community that I'm the first ever heterosexual artist that sings Zouk and Kizomba that have been on the cover of the first gay magazine for French people called Tétu. I did a cover of that magazine. I'm one of the first one who sang in a 100% gay club in France, like for West Indies people. And then I was the top artist back in the early 2000s. I was the top artist of the West Indies and African gay community. So I've always been an ally. But the problem is, at a point when all of them didn't have power, yeah, you could have a disagreement with them about the way they were doing their thing. Now that they are super powerful and that everybody's, whatever they say as victim groups, all of them, it's not just the gay, but whenever you disagree with something, it is so easy to go find a tweet or a joke that you made 10 years ago and say, oh, he's a homophobe. And that's what those platforms do now. And this is why Elon says he's buying Twitter, so that a little bit of this power is taken back, because we need a balance of power in the world. It's not just, listen, some people are racist, some people are I completely disagree with them, but they have the right to express themselves. And I see all these people who are on the left side. Oh my God, he's gonna be oh my God, they're all gonna come back to Trump's. Listen, I don't believe, and I remember like my stance on Trump being removed from Twitter was, I don't know, but it's a private company, a platform, etc. Yes, but as time went by, even if he broke some of the rules, that's true, I don't believe that it should have been removed from Twitter forever, because it gives a bad taste of democracy. You cannot want democracy and decide that democracy only works if I say the things you want to hear. You cannot say that you want democracy where we can all give our opinions, and if I say that I understand Russia, I'm not saying, yeah, I'm pro with them, let's go kill. No, if you just say, I understand how we got there, why they attacked, if you just say this, people will say, oh, he's a pro Russia, oh, he's a pro, oh, he wants to, oh, look at all these children, and then you get removed. Listen, you get your, do you remember this email that I received from YouTube? Do you want me to read the email again? Wait a second. Give me a second. Let me find it. If I find it. What was it? YouTube. No, it was not from YouTube. It was from AdSense. Even worse. Recent payment. Thank you. Payments. Oh. I'm not going to find it. Damn it. Google AdSense. Oh, damn. I think I'll probably put it in the trash. Let me see. AdSense. There you go. Do you remember this email? Important notice update regarding Ukraine. Dear publisher, due to the war in Ukraine, we will pause monetization of content that exploits, dismisses, or condones the war. Please note, we have already been enforcing on claims related to the war in Ukraine when they violated existing policies. For instance, dangerous or derogatory and blah 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 blah, prohibits monetizing content that incite violence and denies tragic events. This update is meant to clarify, etc. Okay. In a way, it's normal and it's a good thing that there's rules in a platform. But now the people who work at those platforms, they can use those rules, and because they disagree with anything you say, they start using those things against you. And this is where the platform become one-sided, and they don't let you give your opinion on a subject. And if you say anything that has a little bit of, listen, we kind of understand, and people get pissed at you, people have been raised, this new generation have been raised in a world where a difference of opinion is absolutely a fight that they have to win, because they get triggered and they get emotional on everything. But some people in this when they see Europe going crazy about the war in Ukraine and just doing everything the Americans tell them, and thinking a little bit, oh, wait a minute, who's winning from this? Like, and why are the Americans why are they pushing so much to sell their weapons? Why do they want us to stop taking gas from Russia? No, don't worry, we have gas, we're gonna sell you our gas. Like, can you just stop and think about it and just have the conversation and try to see the big picture? Somebody at YouTube might see that whole video you do about it and be like, oh, he's a pro-Russian, and use those rules against you because he's part of whatever group. And my thing is this: whatever I believe in as a politically, when I get to work, I'm not supposed to bring this at work. If you are woke, gay, pro this, pro that, anti this, anti that, even if you are a racist, if you work at Spotify and Joe Rogan is there giving his opinion about things and you disagree with his opinion, you don't come and try to force Spotify to remove him from Spotify because you are angry at what he says. Because listen, just like Dave Chappelle says, everybody has become a bitch ass nigga. Like, people have to stop with this. And at a point, for this, it takes some companies like, yeah, listen, Netflix defending Dave Chappelle to tell people, no, you cannot bully us into whatever you want. And if you represent 1% or 0.1% of the population, you are as important as the rest, but your opinions are not the opinion of everybody else. And yes, you have to be protected. Yes, you have to have a voice. Yes, etc., etc. But what you disagree on or what makes you angry, the rest of the people must be able to say, no, I'm not angry about that, and no, I don't feel like this is offensive, and I understand. Hey, listen, this is comedy, this is a joke, and yeah, listen, we completely know that the tweet from what's his name, from Kevin Hart was a joke from the get-go. We completely understand. You don't want to understand because you want to get angry about something every day. And I don't believe that all these groups that have been, listen, they have been torturing everybody else with their anger and their and listen, some of my groups, like the Africans, like complaining all the time. Like there's a point where people are tired of hearing people complain about stuff that even if they benefit from, they were not there. Most of the people that you talk to about slavery, they were not there. It doesn't mean that they don't benefit. It doesn't mean that in certain countries, the whole country has been built on that. There's stuff that you have to change structurally, of course, but it doesn't mean that all these things that you feel in the US, people feel them in the rest of the world. And the same way I've been saying, it is offensive to us who come from war-torn countries like Congo, like RCA, like Senegal, like used to be, like a bunch of countries where we had stuff happening, we had wars, we had this, or even people from Yugoslavia 10 years ago, or if 20 years ago, I don't remember, or like even people right now in Sudan or in Yemen, to see how they are going crazy about Ukraine, when for the rest of the 200 other conflicts around the world, the same people don't care. But the same people, they make you understand that if you are flying away from Syria, where there's a war that they started with their shit as always. If you run away and most of you die in the Mediterranean Sea, you are a migrant. But if you are Ukrainian, you have blonde hair and blue eyes, you're a refugee. And you don't even have to ask for asylum. You get EU card straight away. Wow. But what about me from Syria? Oh, no, you're a migrant. Chill. Stay in the border, sleep in the forest, and be treated like an animal. You're not a human. But the same people who treat the rest of the world this way, they go to Africa. They're like, yo. They go to Africa and they're like, are you outraged by what Russia is doing? Say you're outraged. Are you? And people are like, you don't give a fuck about us, so we don't give a fuck about you. This is your thing. You handle it between yourselves. How can you say that? We can say that because this is how you've been making us feel all this time. And all these rage that you are putting against Russia, we don't have to feel it. They are the aggressor. We know. You should care. We don't. Why not? Listen, a friend of mine, I have so many friends in Ukraine, and I've been there. I've performed there. I loved it there. The place where I performed is destroyed. So I feel for them, right? But a friend of mine sent me a message on Instagram telling me that I have to not stay silent about Ukraine. And I told her, I've been tweeting, I've been retweeting stuff, I've been helping. Actually, I sent money. I sent money to organizations and I helped people. So I did hopefully a little bit of my part. With the school of my daughter, we sent diapers or stuff, first necessity for all these women with children. We sent stuff. We did our part. A little bit. We did a little bit like everybody else. And she was like, that's not enough. I cannot understand how people are still organizing festivals, dancing and doing music videos, and those people, when people are dying. And I was like, wait a minute. You have been dancing for years and people have been dying in Congo every day, being raped and everything. So what's wrong? Like, what's wrong with all these people? When it happens to them, it's the end of the world. When it happens to the rest of the world, they don't care. And I don't listen. People are tired. People are tired. I've been telling this to some friends for a year now. I was like, yo, listen, Me Too movement, the LGBT 2+, the pronouns, the this, the that. People are about to be tired, and people are about to take back a little bit of the power. Not all of it, but a little bit, because all of you minority groups have had BLMs, etc. We gave you some power, too much power, and you went crazy with it. And we're gonna have to take some of it back, because most of the people who are vocal represent 2% of one side, and most of the other people who are vocal represent 2% of the other side. And there's a 96% of the rest of the people who are not vocal, and they're just like, guys, like, calm down. And sometimes, depending on who you follow, Twitter is a shitty place. It's a shitty place full of people trying to gaslight other people, full of people trying to force their opinions on you and explain to you that, what if he was your sister? What if he was your children? What if he was your this? What if he was your that? When it comes to one subject, and when it's another subject, you don't hear them. And they hear, we're gonna strip Will Smith of everything out of his career, and at the same time they're still giving all these Polanski still in France, chilling, receiving César, which is the same as the Grammys or the Oscars in France, and has his movie still being financed by France. France, the king of pointing fingers at people. So Elon said, fuck it, I'm buying Twitter. And he's either gonna turn it into a place where at least everybody can give their opinion. Maybe it's gonna be worse. Or maybe he's gonna turn evil genius, just like Zuckerberg. We'll see. Listen, those are private companies. If you're not happy about it, you should have bought it yourself. You and everybody else. Listen, how many shares of Twitter do I own? Let me see. Or did I sell them already? Let me see. Crypto, no. Stock options. And oh, I have a lot of this. Twitter. Yeah. There you go. Look at that. I got shares. They didn't say nothing yet about the sale, but news. Yeah, it's been bought, I know. Well, listen. Thing is this. You want the world to change to reflect whatever, you have to either vote or either do what I do. Everything that I work on, I buy a little bit of it. Listen, not enough to create a change for now, but listen, I own Facebook. You can hate them. I need to own a little bit of it because I do a lot of my work on Instagram. I own a little bit of ByteDance because they own TikTok. I own a little bit of Twitter. I own Dropbox. I own Robinhood. I have that too. I own what else do I own that I use? Google stock, Spotify. I own what else? Apple. Why do I own all these companies? I own them because as a shareholder of all these companies, I get to vote on things and I get to receive information about future plans and all that stuff as a shareholder. And when I vote, if I have 10 shares of one company, my voice is nothing compared to the millions of people, right? But if everybody thought like me and took 100 euros or $200 and they bought, let's say 1 million of us bought each $200 worth of Twitter shares or Facebook shares or whatever shares, right? And now you had 10 million Africans owning each, let's say $300 of Twitter shares. That would be 10 million people who would be able to vote and steer the company in one direction or the other and make some subject more important than some others. Sadly, the only thing we know how to do is complain, cancel, tweet, ask those companies to pretend they care. They don't care. They care about money. That's the only thing they care about. Money, making their investors happy, me, and that's it. The rest, they pretend they care just because media gave you the power. Media gave power to the LGBTs, the trans, I mean, this is the LGBTs, the woke, the BLM, the this, the that, and in the same media organization, they also own on the other side, on the right, they give they give power to with other channels to the anti all of this. Boom. The right wing, the this, the that, the coy boys, like all the, like, everybody have places. And when you look at media conglomerates, so I'm going to give you an example. In France, for example, you're going to have the Canal Plus group that belongs to Bolloré or is it Vivendi? Vivendi, yeah, Vivendi. He owns that. And so you got Canal, which is more movies and series. They're in the middle. They got C5, which is more. Then you got C8, more on the left. Then you get C News on the right. C News is like Fox News a little bit. And C8, you have Anuna on one side, very left, very da 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 da. And then on the right, you're gonna in C8, and then you're gonna have C News that is on the other side with other types of personalities. And you have, they make an Anuna become powerful on one side, and then Zemmour on the other side. But if you realize, they own both. So if you watch this and you are 50% of the French population, they get 50% of the money here. And if you want to watch a lot of Zemmour and his ideas, you watch this one and you hate those people and those people hate you, but you represent 50% of the money. And the whole thing is 100% of the fucking money. And people don't understand that because people are not business people. People never look at the bigger picture of everything. They just look at the little lens of whatever they believe in, and they never try to understand everybody. And when you try to understand the other side, just to try to understand why they think what they think, and not just hysterical people, and you just take the time to listen to what they say, disagree with something and agree with other things, it's not a bad thing. When you try to do this, they say, well, Russia, they've been telling stuff, do you remember the Minsk Accord in 94? Like, weren't Zelensky supposed to do this and that, but he didn't, and then he kept bombing those people. So at a point, like, isn't it what we did for Sarajevo back in the days when we bombed the people the same way that Russia is bombed? We did the same thing. Like, it's just, fucking pro-Putin. And there you go. Demonetized. Have any doubt about the mass complotists? Demonetized. And when you give too much power to people who are hungry, not for whatever message they had back in the days, but they just want to keep the power now, it becomes very dangerous. And then you have people like Amber Heard who can lie in the face of people and nobody's asking nothing. You have people like what's her name? You all forgot about her, but the wife of Prince, what's his name? This guy. Look at them. We already forgot them. Yeah, her and Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, they just said something simple as, they were asking themselves what would be the color of the baby, and Oprah was like, what? And I was like, yeah, everybody who has a kid with, listen, I said it before, my daughter is half Russian, half Congolese. She's part Russian, part Congolese, part Guinea-Bissau, part Portuguese. Yeah, I don't know how she's gonna come out in terms of color. We can be a curiosity. Is she gonna have blue eyes? Is she gonna have this? We don't know. And everybody went crazy. And everybody, because it's so easy to gaslight people today. And this is a world where it's complicated. I don't know how you people, with all this stress that you are inflicting to yourselves, I don't know how you live more than 90 years. Like, you guys need to chill. You guys need to chill. And Twitter, I call it the cesspool. Twitter is a horrible place. Depending on who you follow and what subjects you touch, this can be in a horrible place that is bad for mental health. And listen, I have a lot of friends who believe that Elon buying Twitter is the worst thing in the world. And I have a lot of people who are Elon Musk fans who believe that he cannot do wrong. When I talked to my best friend, she was like, he's an Afrikaner. He come from South Africa. He's a racist. And his father made his money from the mines of da. I mean, I don't know his history as much, but I know that she's not a person that is that just say things. So it's something that, yeah, I could look about. But again, I'm like, I don't believe that you are your parents. You have to pay for whatever your parents are. But we can have conversations about those things and not end the conversation be angry at each other. We end the conversation both being enriched by the differences of opinions. I have another friend. This one, if you disagree with her politically, she's gonna stop talking to you for 6 months until she's back to another zone and she calls you as all of a sudden. So, well, listen, it's free. I'm gonna have to take my girl to school tomorrow. Let me look at your comments and check out. I was probably talking about money. You following that case? Those two. Listen, the psychologist is amazing. I want her to work on me. I want to sit down and she tell me what is my problem. Every organization is trying to lead opinions. If you think otherwise, you'll be canceled. And listen, it's crazy to me that we are in a world where, when I was a kid, when CNN was playing somewhere, I was happy. I don't know why. And that's the craziness about Occident. CNN has colonized. It's on every television around the world, and it's spreading a message that is one side of the conversation. But if you're an African, for example, and I grew up around Mobutu. You too, Joel. And I don't see him the way they talk about him, because I've known him personally my whole life, and my mother knew him since she was 5 years old, and she was friends with my parents. And does it mean that everything he did was good? No. We can talk about it. But because of what CNN and some of those, and the French, the Occidental, once they got against him, what they say about him, he is, to a lot of people who don't even know what he did, he is just a horrible person. We talk about Hitler all the time as the worst person to ever be on the face of the earth because of the Holocaust. But the King Leopold II from Belgium killed 8 million Congolese people when Congo was his property as a person. They gave it to him. Oh yeah, take all these niggas, they're for you. And he killed 8 million of them. But yeah, he's the king of the Belgium. They don't speak to him the same way they speak about Hitler. But he did the same thing. Oh wait, they were black people. Bom dia. Oh, Mozambique. Muito bom ali. Listen, urban sweet spot, that's the best thing you ever said. I mean, you said a lot of great things here, but this is facts. Liars all around. Hopefully, Elon will be able to achieve the balance with his power. Listen, that's all I hope for him. I don't know. I'm personally, I cannot be a person that will say what's going to happen before it happens. I don't know. I remember though that when Facebook bought Instagram, I was like, this is not gonna end well. It's not gonna end well for us creators, because I know how Facebook is. Facebook is about, giving you something for free and not giving you anything in return and taking your data. That's how they do. Google, they share the money. Like, listen, if you give me 1 hour, $100 super chat, YouTube will take $30 and still give me $70. So you can make good money as a creator if this audience of people is multiplied by 100, for example. I can make, for every live, I can make $5,000 to $10,000. On Facebook, I've seen all these people during the pandemic, during the quarantine, being live in front of 6,000 people and making $0. They were happy. Oh, wow, my live, I had 60,000 people watching me sing. Oh, you sing for free now? All right. Bisous. This Russia-Ukraine war really exposed the Western hypocrisy and opened the eyes of so many people around the world. Nothing to add. Un milliardaire. Oh, get better, sister. Bon shoes Safety. Is it Boncho Safety or Boncho Zafi? This whole time I was reading Bon Shoes a Fly. Oh my God. Listen, that's for sure. Come on. He forces his way just to do a Tesla. Yeah, he's a special person. Lots of fans and lots of people who are, again, you don't live in the state, and that's why some people feel the way they do here. I completely agree, but my problem with the state is the people in the state, they believe that everybody lives in the state. You see what I mean? It's the same thing. The States, France, Europe is not the whole world. And Twitter is not used only by Americans. It's used by the whole world. And we cannot be all forced to live and feel the way you guys feel. The way a black woman feels in the US is not the way all black women feel. But the black women from the US, they come with slogans like, black women this. No, that's not true. Because black women in the US is 5%, wrong, fake numbers, is 5 to 10% of black women all around the world. So people have to stop thinking that when you say black people and you come from the point of view of America, we're talking about all the black peoples in the world. That's not true. Now, if you say American people or black American people or Afro-American people, now you are specific. But people don't like to be specific. You know why? Because they believe that whatever they feel in their street is what everybody feels around the world. And even inside of the US, what somebody feels in Atlanta might not be the same thing that somebody feels in Alabama. It might not be the same thing that somebody feels in New Mexico or in Alaska. And they might be the same demographic, the same ethnic group, but they might have 4 different opinions. And people, whatever they feel, they want to believe that everybody feels this way. There's a lot of people who hate Elon for his ways, etc. And there's also a lot of people who are fans of him because of his ways. Same thing for Joe Budden, same thing for Joe Rogan, same thing for most people, actually. We're gonna have our ways, and we're gonna make some people feel a way and some others one way. But it's not because you're American that you're gonna specifically feel one way. Because even in America, there's a huge division about how people feel. Some people, if they lean on the left, they feel like, oh shit, Twitter is gone. And some people, if they lean on the right, they're like, finally, somebody's gonna save Twitter. But there's also people on the right who feel like, oh my God, not him. And some people on the left who are like, yeah, we need some balance, whatever. So I don't believe that if you're part of one group, and understand the US is not like Europe, it's not like Portugal, but I believe in the granularity of all of us. I believe that opinions is not like, if there's 10 people, I believe it's 10 opinions. It might be the same opinion, but there's always going to be some variations. I don't believe that because you live in America that you are black, that you're going to feel one way, or you're going to feel unprotected, or you're going to feel X, or you're going to feel Y or Z, because you might feel completely different. To give you an example, I've lived in Africa for 10 years, but my parents were rich. So I never felt, of course, when there was a war, a little different, but I never felt threatened. I never felt hungry. I never felt this. I never felt that. So it changed. It created a point of view that is different from somebody who lived maybe across the street and was poor, right? For them, maybe they felt scared. Maybe they felt hungry. Maybe they felt angry at me. But I didn't do anything. I didn't choose where I was born. And so we can be two people in the same place and feel completely different because of the upbringing. And I disagree, even if I understand there's groups, etc. But I disagree with the fact that if you are an American, you can only have one way of thinking depending on the groups you are. But of course, like, that's a whole conversation. That's a whole conversation about opinions. And this is why it's important to have opinions. And however people feel about Trump, listen, I'm not a fan, personally, I'm not a fan of nobody. So I'm more of like, oh, let's see. That's me. Some people, they are more of, this is gonna happen. And Twitter is a commercial business. And the thing is, as I've said about platforms, one day I remember 10, 15 years ago, it started with the Haiti earthquake. Everybody started using Twitter as a source of information, and that's when Twitter blew up. Me, I've been on Twitter from the beginning. And I remember when Twitter was just like, oh, I'm drinking a coffee, oh, I'm here. I remember my first tweets, like all of us, even when it was like 200,000 people on Twitter, we were just talking about nothing special. I'm here doing that. That was Twitter. And now, then it changed. And now I wonder, now it's not it's a question that I'm asking myself is, how do all these new organizations, especially those who are leaning on the left, I guess, feel now that they made Twitter a source of where, like, the agora of the people, now that it has been privatized by one person? How do government feel? Because this is tremendous power in the hand of one person. And I've never asked myself if it was more on the right. I believe that Elon is more leaning on the right. I'm not sure. I never researched about him. I'm not a fan of him like that like this. I'm just a fan of like some of the things he did, and I find it interesting to look at some of the things he did. But other than that, I don't wake up in the morning like some people praising anybody and not him. So, but I wonder how they feel as businesses, where the places that they look for, they I remember the first time where they were quoting people on Twitter, on TV in France. I was like, I don't know, 15 years ago. I was like, whoa, they're quoting Twitter? So I wonder now that it's normal to quote Twitter, and now that it belongs to one person, how all these politicians and leaders who are using this platform, how they feel knowing that they're not using a platform that belongs to everybody, but to that one person. How do they feel like the threat of that? So maybe this is why people on the left are like, whoa. We prefer if it belongs to like a lot of shareholders and like Kaysha and his free shares and this guy and that guy, rather than one guy who wants to take it private and change it. And maybe he's gonna, maybe he's gonna bring chaos to this by whatever he think is the right thing might be the wrong thing. I don't know. I guess we'll see. I mean, and maybe, listen, I don't know. I cannot know for him. And I understand why some people might be scared of this in the US, especially in the US, where this country is so divided. And sometimes I feel like this country is in the brink of civil war. I wonder how they feel about that. They must be like asking themselves a lot of questions. Like, yo, belongs to this guy now. And so, and I don't know if I don't know in the US if, I watch more American media than French media. Because, back now in the world, like there's how you feel by, as you say, living there. But depending on the type of media you watch, if you only watch English media and US media, and you get all your information sourced more from American media, you don't, even if you don't live there, so you don't live the life of those who live there, you still are influenced by whatever is going on there. When some people, they live in Kenya or Mali or Congo, and they only watch Congolese media, and they don't even care about what's going on the other side of the world. So it depends. I have a show, my show is in English, my audience is more American than North American than actually European itself. It depends. You see what I mean? So I wonder how all these people how they think about it. Like we'll see. We might be in 5 years being like, yo, he fucked it up. I'm not like rooting for him or against him. I'm always like trying to see as a business person and as somebody who lives in society, and trying to understand. I'm listening to what he said about why he was buying it, and then we'll see. Did he lie? Did he make it better or not? So we'll see. I cannot know for them. It's bon chose ici. Bon chose ici. What does it mean? Qu'est-ce que ça veut dire? I'm out for tonight. See you on Sunday for episode 200. Yay! Awesome. I'm about to be out too. I have to take my daughter to school. I was addressing that you felt many are angry here. Believe me, they don't want to be, but I understand the frustration they express online. Yeah, me too. Yeah. We'll see. I guess we'll see. I don't know. I don't know what he plans to do. If he adds an edit button without paying for Twitter Blue, I'm cool with it. If he puts everybody verified, I don't know about that. Maybe because I'm verified. Not because I'm verified, but I understand that you want to verify people, but maybe as artists, for example, I don't like what Facebook did or YouTube did. On YouTube, everybody can be verified. as a channel, if you have a certain number of people, you can be verified. But us artists, instead of having a normal verification, we have a music note. And I think it's stupid. This is Facebook, YouTube, sorry, Google, always trying to do different when something works for everybody, every site. The verification that came from Twitter, I think, yeah, it's a blue check mark. Instagram, it's a blue check mark. The rest of the world is a blue check mark. YouTube, of course, they want to do something that is gray. Like, come on. Give a blue check mark to all the channels and maybe give a red one or a green one to musicians. But actually, just give a blue check mark to everybody that is verified, and that's it. And if it's an artist channel, you write artist channel on the side, something small. Make it simple. No, they always want to complicate their life. That's why Google, just like Apple, they don't know how to do social media, because they think too much and they always think they're going to do something that's going to be, oh my God, it's going to be, genius. No, stupid. Listen, I'm never gonna. But yeah, listen, we're going to see. It's going to be a shift, and we'll see which one. And listen, I believe that if the platform goes to shit, most people will leave the platform and they will go to something else. Like, there's a lot of alternative that people are not going because they're scared of being in places where nobody is. Just like when it comes to live streaming, most people are on Twitch, but a lot of people were on Mixer too. And then a lot of people left that place and went to, and now because of Twitch has been banning people left and right for sometimes some strange reasons. A lot of people, they're coming to YouTube. So it's good to have competition. It would actually be great if there was like 2 or 3 YouTube places and 2 or 3 places like Twitter, so that as creators, as people who are trying to express themselves, if you are not on one, you can be on the other one. But it's not great when you're in a place where only one sound comes, and it's the sound from left or it's the sound from right. It's not great, because this is mind control. You have to be able to form your opinions. Let me put the out logo, because you people are keeping me here alive when I want to sleep. Like, it is important to be in places where you can get informed and then form your opinions. And I believe that in the US and in France as well, because France is always hating the US but copying everything they do. I believe that in some of these countries, you have less and less place for debate, and you have some people just giving you one message and some people just giving you one message. And if you want to have the complete different opinion and form your own opinion, you actually have to watch this, and this, and this. Where I always think it's better to have one place that covers all the opinions, and have maybe some shows going on one side, some shows going on the other side, and have some contradiction, so that the people can decide for themselves. But in the US, when it's so capitalist, and that most media groups belong to people that sway them from one direction to the other, it is complicated. So is it that Trump buying Twitter is the start of him bringing that balance? Or is it that him buying Twitter is just starting the era of the conglomerates that we saw in the traditional media, where if you belong to the Murdochs, you were on one side, if you belong to those, and if you belong to those, and I don't know. I believe that we'll see in a few years. We'll look at this as the moment it started, because now, listen, somebody can come and try to buy. I mean, who else is rich as these guys? But like some Nigerian guy, I don't know, Dangote can come and say, I want to buy YouTube, or I'm buying Instagram, or I'm taking 20% of whatever, and I want more Nigerian premium, more there. There's a lot of billionaires that you guys don't know. Or yeah, what if some Russian billionaire comes and says, or not anymore, but what if he came like 2 months ago, when Russian billionaire came and bought like 30% of Twitter? Would people be cheering? Would people be saying, yeah, it's capitalism, it works, this is the way? Or if the Chinese bought it, whatever, that's the thing. Like, listen, let me stop talking about all that shit. Go to sleep. This show was brought to you by Shada, the gods of good fortune. Thanks to all the news. I'm tired. Thanks to all the subscribers. And listen, it was a great conversation as always with you guys. But tomorrow I'm having to take my daughter to school, so I need to sleep a little bit. Listen, episode 200 of Club Shada is Sunday, and Sunday I'm gonna open the video chat for everybody. So please get ready, maybe to show your face once. It's funny, only the guys want to show their faces, but please get ready to show your face so we can all celebrate together episode 200. I'm gonna try to have some guests, some friends, but I would love to have you, because the show is the conversation between me and you mostly. So I would love to have all you guys, and we'll see. I was wondering, would he ever buy a platform? Listen, you know what I would love? But it's too late now. It wasn't the end of the show. I would have loved to have, just like the Chinese did, like an African platform, like an African Twitter belonging to maybe all the African countries, or maybe some public, I don't know. But it's too late. Again, like, we all are using American platforms, and I'm not anti-American. It's just that, like, the rest of the world have geniuses, and everybody's using the internet, and all these unicorns are, Spotify is Swedish, but YouTube, Twitter, Facebook are all American companies. And I believe that if we take this conversation that is an American and Occidental conversation, and we put it to the world, we cannot have everybody having conversations about the world in American platforms that are controlled by Americans. But okay, Elon Musk was born in Africa. He's South African, so I guess an African bought Twitter. But it would be great if, like, you see, when TikTok became this huge platform, all of a sudden it was a Chinese platform. All of a sudden it was like, the Chinese are blah 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 blah. But look, all of our data is stored in America, and you have no problem when it goes this way. But if all your data is stored in Russia or China, all of a sudden there's a problem. So it would have been great if the big platforms like Baidu, WeChat, and the Chinese Twitter, the Indian platforms, all the VKontakte, the Russian platforms, if they were also big in Africa, China, Europe, in all these countries, so we can have choice as creators, as people who want to speak, and not just Americans. Because then when they decide to ban all the Russians, they can. And it's not normal to me. But yeah, listen, I'm done with the subject. We'll continue when and we'll continue about Twitter as we move on. We'll continue about Johnny Depp and Amber Heard when we have a great conversation about this type of relationship, because it's very interesting what's going on in the world. But as I was saying, see you everybody at episode 200. It's cool to be back. It's cool to have you. I want to thank everybody who was conversing with me. Bon Shoes Fi, did I say it right? I don't know. Yeah, Bon Shoes Fi, Urban Sweet Spot, La Milliardaire, Joël Amen. Who else was here tonight? Magic Pro, Dav, MJ fell asleep. He's tired. He's sick. Malcolm Beats, Ralphie. I think that's it. I think somebody else here. Dahlia. I think I spoke to everybody. Of course, kisses to all the bots. Wait, one of my bots was not working tonight. Wait, did I see? Maybe they were. Anyway, have a good night. It was a pleasure seeing you. And before leaving you, I'm gonna play you. What can I play you? I'm gonna play you this track actually that's playing instrumental. It's called Wake Me Up by Kaysha and Dlalalas from South Africa. Let me see if I can find the original. There you go. There it is. Let me play you this. And I will see you when I see you Sunday for episode 200. And I don't drink, but I will have a glass of champagne. So prepare your champagne. Prepare your party mode for episode 200. I can't believe we're already there. See you soon, Club Shada. Bless everybody. Have a good night. And I will see you Sunday. Peace.